Good evening, Taverners. Welcome back to the Matchday Tavern. My name is Kiwi. We are live for another Carabao Cup watch-along. We've got Middlesbrough versus Wrexham, Friday night football. How do you like it? This one's a fabulous game. This one should be really, really good. Looking forward to it. Nobody really knows what to expect of these teams this season. Honestly, I think Boro, listen, it was a bit of a contentious end to the season for Kim Hellberg and Middlesbrough, wasn't it? With the whole Spygate scandal and everything that happened with Saints. Wrexham, Wrexham, to be fair, went out to Boro, didn't they, in the playoffs? So Wrexham did manage to sneak in to the playoffs on the final day themselves. They'd probably be hoping to go one better under Phil Parkinson this year, maybe, and go up. So this one should be a really, really good game because both teams have got ambitions to reach the Premier League in the very, very near future. There's quite a few players. There's quite a few changes to both teams, isn't there? Middlesbrough have lost maybe their talisman in Hayden Hackney. There's rumours as well that they're going to lose Morgan Whittaker. West Ham are in talks or have been in talks, rumoured for Morgan Whittaker. And there's lots of noise, isn't there? There's lots and lots of noise about both teams in terms of players coming and going. And yeah, there you go. They're just showing the highlights of the 2004 League Cup final. Middlesbrough beating Bolton Wanderers. Remember that game vividly. Yeah, Joseph Desiree Job. Bolo Zendany obviously later came to Liverpool. And Mark Schwarzer. I think Schwarzer had a howler in that game, didn't he? Absolute shocking goal from Mark Schwarzer. Anyway, legend, Boro legend, Gareth Southgate. There they are anyway. Live from the Riverside Stadium. This one kicks off at 8 o'clock. Let's go through the teams. Wolves and Port Vale, Wycombe and Stevenage also playing tonight in the Carabao Cup. So let's go through the teams. They are on the right-hand side, or they will be shortly once the stats and the live games switch over. But we'll go through the teams right now. Look at that, third meeting this century and sixth meeting overall. Last met when drawing 2-2 on the final day of the Championships last season. Yeah, remember it. Oh, no, it wasn't the playoffs then, was it? It was Boro played him on the final day, 2-2, wasn't it? That's what we watched. We watched on the final day. Wrexham finished 7th. What am I talking about? I'm talking out my backside. As per usual, some would say. I remember them playing him on the final day, 2-2. We did the watch-along. I've lost my head. For some reason, that in my mind was translated there for a minute into that was the playoffs. It definitely wasn't. It definitely wasn't. Yeah, I remember. How's it going, everyone? Good to see you all. Let me get the chat up on the screen. How are we doing? Jelly, good to see you. Dara, Hiller, good to see you, man. Tolga, Kieran O'Dear says Middlesbrough 3, Wrexham 0 tonight. Hiller says Wrexham to win on penalties. By the way, yeah, Wrexham, if this is a draw, then yeah, it goes to pens, doesn't it? Straight to a penalty shootout, which is exactly what happened when we watched Tranmere versus Rochdale. That also went to a penalty shootout. So maybe we'll have penalties tonight. Maybe we're in for a penalty shootout tonight. Jelly, how's it going? Catherine, good to see you. Who else we got in? City of Northfield, great to see you too. Billy, I'm going for a 2-2 draw in normal time. Boro to win at the end. Terry Kelly, happy Friday evening, key in chat. Enjoy the game and have a great weekend. You too, Terry. Good to see you, mate. NAC Breda need to sort themselves out. Why? What's going on with Breda? I've not backed them tonight. I've stayed away from the Eerste Divisie and the Eredivisie started off. Is it Camber? I haven't even kept up to date with what's going on in the Eerste and the Eredivisie. Dara Hertha Berlin game has been interrupted due to a banner blocking an exit to the pitch. How's it going, Mark? Good to see you, George. Billy, are you doing any of tomorrow's games? I am, mate. Yes, QPR v Millwall. QPR v Millwall. Okay. Right, lineups. Let's have a look at them. So, let's do the away team, as we always do. Danny Ward starts in goal, former Liverpool goalkeeper. Zach Viner, Dom Hyam, Callum Doyle at the back. Ollie Rathbone, Matty James, Lewis O'Brien, George Thomason in midfield. Oh, sorry, and Imrie. Sorry, I forgot about Imrie as well. I've not even counted Imrie, have I? So, yeah, Thomason, O'Brien, James, Rathbone and Daniel Imre on the right. Doyle, Hyam and Viner as a back three. And the front two is Nathan Broadhead and Sam Smith. Former Everton centre-forward, Nathan Broadhead. Former Ipswich centre-forward. And then for Boro, here we go. Boro's lineup is as follows. It is, I mean, you can see it on the screen right there, but we'll put it up on here. It is Sol Bryn in goal, as always. Callum Britton on the right. Luke Ayling at centre-back with Neto, Borges, and Max Arfston. Max Arfston, new signing for Boro, £6.5 million. Makes his debut on the left. It's a big signing that for Boro, isn't it? Max Arfston at left back. Or that's at least where he's being put. His position is listed bizarrely as a forward, but he's on Flash Scores. He's been set up as a. I don't know why, but he's been set as a defender. But there you go. In midfield, they've got Malander, Berhalter, Greg Berhalter, or Sebastian Berhalter, not Greg Berhalter. Greg Berhalter played for America as well, though, didn't he? Sebastian Berhalter was another one who's arrived from the MLS, coming from Vancouver Whitecaps. Again, this is his competitive debut. Boro making a... They played him in a friendly, of course, against Espanyol. Danny Imre there as well, £5 million signing from Crystal Palace. That's quite a big signing for Wrexham as well, isn't it? 23 coming in for on a transfer from Palace. He's been out on loan for a few years. He was at Blackpool last year. Anyway, they've got Morgan Whittaker on the right, Sarmiento on the left. Sarmiento completes his transfer from Brighton. He was at he was at Boro last year on loan, wasn't he? And then the big signing up front, he got 11 goals in 44 games for Oxford United last season, and he's joined Boro to lead their charge into the Premier League. Will LANKSHEAR, very, very highly thought of. Lots of Spurs fans were very disappointed to see the back of Will LANKSHEAR. Should be a big, big signing for Boro. Run, big up, mate. Let me know about your prediction on this match. I'm all in for Wrexham. I mean, I'll be honest. I think I'd be hard to look past Boro. It's hard to look past Boro tonight. The big question mark is over Will LANKSHEAR and whether or not, you know, he was good for Oxford last year, but it's whether or not he can make that step up and be that consistent sort of star centre forward for a team like Boro, who will be expected to push towards the top end of the table. Obviously, it's a Carabao Cup night, but it's still a big game, this one, for both teams. They'll expect to go quite a bit further in the competition, at least maybe reach the round where the Premier League teams come in. Reese, how are you, pal? The season starts tonight in my eyes, so I'm back as part of the furniture. Good lad. These will highly be punching in the top 6-8 of the Championship come the final reckoning in May. Yeah, wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. We are off and underway here at the Riverside. Yeah, Castledine, Berhalter, Malander, midfield for Boro. And then, yeah, obviously LANKSHEAR starting as the new centre-forward. He's wearing the number 7 as well for Boro. I think Hayden Hackney wear number 7? Is he the replacement in terms of number 7 for Hayden Hackney? Any Boro fans can educate me on that. How's it going, Alex? Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did anyway. You'd imagine Janino maybe as well. How's it going, Mercury? Kieran O'Dear says Middlesbrough 4, Wrexham 0. Do you think we get Barcola? Do I think we get Barcola? Yeah, I do actually. I do think we get Barcola. Pretty confident we will get him. Billy, even I as a Millwall fan would rather watch PSG v United. Canberra actually getting beat? Jesus Christ. I've got Canberra or draw against Excelsior. That's a real problem. That is a real problem. Good grief. Dara, Juventus are approaching Man United for Joshua Zirkzee on a loan deal. Here's Wrexham down the the left-hand side. Ball gets pulled back to the full-back. Good ball in. And all of a sudden, Middlesbrough looked a little bit panicky there. It's going to be a Boro throw-in on the far side. City of Northfield, I still don't get how we can miss out on Carrick v Amarin for probably the only time we'll see that clash for a long while. Oh, you've got no faith in Carrick, mate. They'll be playing in the Champions League then too. They'll lock horns again, I'm sure. Alex, hope Wrexham come back up. Yeah, I think... What do you mean come back up? They've not been up. But it'd be good to get them in the Prem. Yeah, I'd like to see Wrexham back in the big time. I don't know if they've been there before. I don't know why I said back in, but you know what I mean. Boro down the right-hand side. Good football. Great football. Britain. Corner to Boro. Good play. Really, really good play. And Doyle gets it away. He's another one that I would have expected Premier League teams maybe to take a look at, you know. I really, really like him. He had a good season last year. Callum Doyle. Still only young. Came in from City. Really, really top player. I like Callum Doyle a lot. Frankie Reed. Would you pay Barcola for 150 mil? No, I don't think we won't pay that. We will get him though. We will get him for closer to maybe 110. Because PSG they'll look at it and go, there's 110 million pounds for a player on the table who isn't going to sign a new contract and doesn't want to be at the club, and we've already replaced. They've gone and got Magnus Akliouche, they've got Mika Gertz. You can either have 110 million for something you're not going to use, or you don't, and it depreciates in value. So I think we'll probably end up paying around about 110 million for him. What would be my limit? I mean, this late, I think that's the problem. This late in the transfer window, Liverpool don't really have a limit. We kind of have to pay. We have to pay it. We have to pay it. We haven't really got any other alternative. There's no other standout left winger. It would mean a complete shift in transfer approach and strategy, and we just don't really have the time for that. We need to go and get players in. Here's Morgan Whittaker for Boro down the right-hand side. Good play by Britain. Back to Boro. What a ball in that is. And it's well decided. Put it behind there, Imre. Didn't take any chances. What a ball in that was from Berhalter. Very good. Sono says, Liverpool squad needs a lot of work. Barcola is not it. No, we need a lot more. Yeah, desperately need a lot more. Couldn't agree more with you, mate. Kieran O'Dea, how's it going, lad? Newcastle have announced the departure of Bruno, saying they've sold him in a statement from a staff member. Right, Boro corner, 6 minutes in. Good ball in, must be. Oh my God, how's the keeper kept that out? That is an absolute worldie of a... In fact, it's not. Do you know what? It's not a worldie of a save from Danny Ward. It's an absolutely shocking miss from Boro. Let's call it what it is. It's a dreadful miss. Oh, he's 4 yards out, if that. He's not even 4 yards out. He's got to score there. Wrexham should be a goal down. We should have had a goal in this game. That's not a save, that. That is not a save. He hits that straight at him. Matt O'Connell, Liverpool. I'm a Liverpool fan, and why we didn't sign Stones on a free. We need better. We need better than John Stones. We need... Availability is the big thing for us. It's no good having John Stones if he isn't playing. If he's not fit when you actually do need him. Shahid Key, what do you think about Salah going to Trabzonspor? He's messed up. Yeah, his agent's definitely messed up. He had better offers on the table much earlier in the season. Good ball in, cleared away again by Boro. Wrexham now starting to push forward a bit more. Still not seen a replay of that big chance. I'm so surprised. Who was it who hit it as well? I think it was it LANKSHEAR actually who got the final touch on that? Scouts, not many teams have brought in more than 3 people. I think it's going to be it's going to go mad in the next couple of weeks. Yeah, it might well do, You might see just the market go completely crazy. Because obviously now, the crazy thing is as well, Arsenal haven't signed Vinicius Jr., obviously. They've been given the old middle finger by him and Madrid. And now, every team that Arsenal approaches knows they've got a shed load of money burning a hole in their pocket. And every player they speak to knows that they were prepared to pay 400 grand, 500 grand a week for Vinicius Jr. So what do you think that does to any negotiations Arsenal are going into with whoever their alternative to Vinny is? Straight up. Straight through the roof. Whoever if you're the agent of whoever it is who Arsenal, go and approach next, the first thing you're doing is saying, listen, put 20% on whatever you were going to ask for. Oh, do you know what? LANKSHEAR with a fresh air shot and Morgan Whittaker, I think. Is it Whittaker or is it? Do you know what? It's actually, I think it's Malander, isn't it? It's Malander who arrives in late at the back stick. It is. Yeah. Oh, he's got to score that. Got to score that. Ben says, basically a glorified championship game, this. I see Boro have gone back to their old badge. I like the new Boro kit. It's nice, isn't it? Yeah, it's a nice kit. I don't mind it. CG, coming to hear you talk about the game, and shocker, you're talking about Arsenal. To be fair, people have asked about it, mate. Again, this is always the thing they don't seem to get. Someone comes in and says, hey, Key, what do you think about Vinny? I start talking about Vinny not going to Arsenal, and then someone comes in and goes, I can't believe you're talking about Arsenal. If someone asked about Arsenal, it's hard not to talk about Arsenal, isn't it? It's tough. Corner to Boro from the left-hand side. It's a bit of argy-bargy in the penalty area there. Gamer Guru, that's not how it works. Of course it's how it works. It's absolutely how it works. Of course it's how it works. If they know you've got unlimited cash, basically, and the appetite to go and spend it, then whatever they are asking for goes up. Whatever they're asking for. So, Arsenal will now pay through the nose for anyone that they approach. Because anyone that they approach is going to be worth less than Vinicius Jr. Now, that's not going to be that they get... That signing won't get Vinicius Jr. money, but they'll get more than they were going to get. They'll get a lot more. Ernest, are you watching the Wolves game? I'm not, mate. No, I'm watching the Middlesbrough versus Wrexham game. The one you've clicked on. Ayling gives the ball off to Malander here. Boro push forward down the right. Wickham now are losing at home to Stevenage. How's it going, Isaac? Interesting points about Boro and the manager, obviously Kim Hellberg, who came in midway through last season to replace Rob Edwards, who obviously went to Wolves. and he's now unemployed. But Kim Hellberg came in. He did quite a good job at Boro, I thought. And, when he took over a team that there was an element of maybe a little bit more defensive organisation when he came in. But he's a former primary school and PE teacher. He's only 38. He was managing in Sweden for the longest time. Good ball back in, big chance. Oh, Wrexham, unlucky. So unlucky. So yeah, you've got Kim Hellberg, who's massively inexperienced in that sense. Whereas you've got Phil Parkinson, his opposite number tonight. Phil Parkinson is the only manager to ever take a 4th-tier team to a major final. A major Wembley final. He took a 4th-tier English club to a major Wembley final. And obviously he's won 3 straight promotions with Wrexham as well. That was good play down the right-hand side, and it was Nathan Broadhead in the end who couldn't quite get the final touch on it. Gets his head to it, but didn't even get it on target. Poor from Wrexham, that. What's the score, Key? Score's 0-0, mate. We're only 14 minutes in. Boro were dumped out of this competition, by the way, at this stage last season. They got battered 4-0 by Doncaster. Wrexham, of course, went a little bit further. They went to the 4th round and they were knocked out by Cardiff City. Fellow Welshies got knocked out. And to be fair, that's Kim Hellberg very nearly went to Swansea. Speaking of Welsh teams, Kim Hellberg was in talks with Swansea before they appointed Vitor Matos, and in the end, it obviously ended up coming to Boro. Mark Suffield, hi Key. Can I just say good luck to Prescott Cables playing in the prim round of an FA Cup? Oh, are they tonight? Wrexham, what a ball that is! Must be! Oh, how have you missed it? How have you missed it? Oh, it's the new signing, Imre. He should be getting his... Oh, he's got to get a touch on that. It's a great ball in. Absolutely fabulous ball in from Doyle. And Imre, oh, it's just fresh air shot again. This charming down teams maybe getting quoted ridiculous prices and refusing to pay, hoping the prices will come down closer to the end of the window. When does the Championship start? Championship starts next Friday night. Wolves against Blackburn, and we'll be live for it as well. Scouse, how's this game? 0-0. It's been a good start to the game, hasn't it? Yeah, really entertaining. Good bit of football. Boro knocking it around at the edge of the box. But again, Imre carries it out. But it's won back quite quickly there by Castledine. Adam, who have you got coming up? I would say I find it very difficult to look past West Ham and... I think Wolves I'd like to see do it, but something tells me Wolves might struggle. So for me, I'm probably looking more towards... yeah, some of the could Burnley surprise a few maybe. Maybe Boro. I mean, to be honest, Boro last season, honestly, I would like to see Southampton come up. I really would like to see Southampton come up. In an ideal world, I want to see more I want to see more teams from the Northwest and the North generally come up. But last season, there was quite a few teams who were kind of pushing towards the end of the season. Derby fluffed it, didn't they? Derby would be quite cool back in the Prem. But I want to see some teams who we've not seen in there. Millwall is obviously the one that stands out. Millwall had a great end of the season and somehow contrived to just fluff it. QPR, says Gert. Well, we're watching QPR tomorrow. We've got QPR v Millwall tomorrow in the Carabao Cup. That's a 2 p.m. kickoff. We're going to be doing that one, watching along on Sky Sports. Shahid, are your St. Helens team in the National League, Key? They're not, mate, no. No, they're a Northwest Counties Division 2, I think, or something like that. Again, I don't follow them because they're not really a semi-professional, if anything, really. But yeah, they don't play in the National League or even the National League North. They're quite a few tiers below even that. There you go. Tolga's predicted Wrexham to win. Who's winning the league this year, says Paul. Couldn't really look past West Ham. This is a big chance. Boro claim for a penalty. Sami Ento goes down. He's saying pulling the shirt. Referee's having none of it. Yeah, I can't really look past West Ham, to be honest, Paul. What about you? Who do you think's winning it? You meant the Premier League? Oh, yeah, I don't think anyone really thinks it's anyone other than Arsenal, do they? I don't think anyone's really actually predicting anyone other than Arsenal. That's why Arsenal have to win it. They have to. Second place for Arsenal this year is a gross failure. Everybody's predicting them to win it. Which is why it'll be hilarious if they don't. Ree says, West Ham, Boro, Millwall, dark shout would be Norwich. Yeah, Norwich, of course, back end of the season. Yeah, that's a very good shout, actually. I did like watching Norwich back end of the season. They just left it a bit too late, didn't they? But I'd like to see maybe, yeah, Millwall, Norwich, maybe Derby as well could be an outsider for it. Scouse, better someone scores now as I'm off to the toilet, I'll miss it. Oh, yeah, of course they will. Of course they will. Paul, City will be strong, Chelsea will do well. City will do about as well as they did last season, which wasn't very strong at all for City. And Chelsea are Chelsea, haven't they? Yeah. Chelsea are just... There's always going to be a bit of a cloud hanging over Chelsea because you never know what you're going to get with them. Mark Key, I agree. I'd like Millwall to come up. Do you know they were in League One in 1988? Wow. Mercury XV. I missed the game yesterday, but holy poggers, Benfica beat Hearts like they owed them something. Well, 6-1, yeah. Robbie, how have you been, Key? Very good, mate. How have you been? More importantly. Very good. Ben, what do you think about Rodri either going to Real or Barca and City replacing him with Enzo Fernandez? That doesn't make any sense, does it really? Enzo Fernandez is not a Rodri replacement. I mean, I don't think, personally, I don't think Elliot Anderson's really a Rodri replacement. I think Anderson would have been good alongside Rodri, and that might have given a bit more freedom to someone like Cherky or Foden to push forward a bit more. That's brilliant play. Really, really good play by Wrexham. And Boro win it back anyway. Connor, yo, Key, watching for Max Arfston today. He got sold from my MLS club last week. Really excited to watch him get a much-deserved opportunity. Well, do you know what, mate? We've already talked about him. Because he's been getting down that left-hand side for Boro tonight, hasn't he? So far, he's been linking up with Malander and Sarmiento. A lot of the time, it seems to be coming down the right for Boro. But, you can see the average. Look at that. Wrexham average positions are very much shifted over to the left-hand side because Boro are attacking mostly down the side of Britton and Whittaker. So, at some point, you'd imagine Sarmiento's tucking in and playing a bit more narrow. Arfston's sitting back a little bit deeper. It's going to be... Oh, no, referee was nearly given a free kick there. Bit of head tennis, 23 minutes in here. Got a very good halftime quiz for us all as well, by the way. Stick around for a really good halftime quiz. It's a belter. It's another goal in the Wolves Port Vale game, and Wolves have doubled their lead now, 2-0 against Vale. It's been coming, that, hasn't it? Headed back across goal. Really good finish, that. Who scores it? Andre. There you go. Shahid, what about Jed Spence? Oh, no. No, don't want Jed Spence anywhere near Liverpool. Terrible idea. Oh, this is brilliant chance for Boro. Will LANKSHEAR? No, picked up again. Into the area and outruns it. Unlucky. This charming Dan, even as a Sunderland fan, I'd quite like to see Boro go up. They played some of the best football in the Championship last season under Hellberg. If they'd had a centre-forward who could score, they'd have walked the league. Oh, there you go. Even from a Sunderland fan, from a Mackham. Isaac, Newcastle are interested in Højbjerg for 10 to 15 million. Loads of people against it, but I think we need the leadership for the youngsters in the dressing room. He's exactly the sort of player that Newcastle need. Yeah. Cheers, 3-star. Thank you very much, sir. No, I agree. I do agree about Lewis Hall, by the way. I don't think I have to agree with Jelly. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I have to agree with Jelly today. I don't think Lewis Hall's going to Man United. I think Newcastle have sold as much as they are prepared to sell, and it would take an obscene amount of money, and I mean a truly obscene offer, for them to even consider selling a Lewis Hall or a Livramento, and I just don't see it happening. Oh, Imri's just been shoved off the pitch there. Clattered. Parkinson goes over and picks him up. A little shake of the hand there from Kim Hellberg as well. Good bit of football down the right-hand side. Boro pick it back up. Morgan Whittaker dances through a few there. Is it going to be a foul? No, referee's not having it. Whittaker's unhappy with that. Had a good season last year, Morgan Whittaker. It's no surprise West Ham are looking at him, but maybe the fact that he's playing on that right-hand side where Jarrod Bowen plays, how likely is it that they would utilise both? Unless their plan is to have maybe Bowen playing more as a centre-forward. Jackie, I don't watch a lot of the Championship. Who are players to watch for Wrexham? Doyle for me. Callum Doyle, we've already talked about him. He came through the City Academy. I really like him. He's still only 22. I think he's got a future in the Premier League, whether it's for Wrexham or someone else. I think if you were moving up to the Premier League, you would be looking at players exactly like Callum Doyle. I really like him. So yeah, that would probably be the standout one for me. The rest of Wrexham's team are probably more experienced players. That's kind of been the sort of transfer strategy, hasn't it? I mean, they've got Matthew James in the middle, 35. They've got Ollie Rathbone in the middle, 29. George Thomason even at 25. Nathan Broadhead and Sam Smith up front, both 28, 29. I mean, it's that experience, isn't it, for Wrexham? That's what they're about. Dominic Hyam, 30. and Zach Viner, 29 as well. They're built on experience, whereas you look at Boro, maybe a little bit more youthful. Obviously, Will LANKSHEAR, they've just brought in 21. Sarmiento's maybe, 23, 24? Yeah, 24. Malanda, the young lad, 24. How old's Arfston, who they've just signed as well? 25. On the younger side, anyway. I know they've got Britton and Ayling at the back as well. Neto Borges is 29. How old's Berhalter? 25. A touch younger, let's say. A fraction younger. Wolves now 3-0 up against Port Vale. Catherine, what do LFC need? What right back do LFC need? I personally think Spence, but you don't. So who do you think we will sign? It's the $1 million question, isn't it? We haven't really got... It doesn't feel like there's a huge amount of experienced right backs out there that I would love to go and get. There's a lot of quality young right backs. Javiro Reed, who Nottingham Forest were looking at. How much I don't know if 3 stars, I'm sure 3 stars still is in the chat, but how much did Forest get rejected for Javiro Reed? Was it about 20 million? Something like that. Coyote is, but I think Coyote is... It would cost about 60 million to get Coyote out of Brentford. I just don't think that's value. I think they're better off waiting and letting Coyote develop a little bit more. He's not quite ready yet. For the value that he would cost. For 60 million, he's good, but he's not like a starter. And I don't think you can pay 60 million or 50 million for a right back, and he's not a starter. He's not a starter for Liverpool. Hiller says, Key, do you think Arsenal could hijack your Barcola bid? Haha, they could try. I mean, my head, I'll be honest, my head would absolutely fall off if Arsenal were to take Barcola off us now. Corner to Boro. Bradley, 110 million for Barcola is outrageous. Nah, I don't think so. That's the going rate now, isn't it? It's the going rate. 110 million. I mean, if Morgan Rogers is going for 117 and Wrexham have now got it on the counter-attack here. They've got 4-on-3. If they can get the pass right, that's shocking. That's an absolutely shocking ball. That is unforgivable, that. Oh, I can't believe on a counter-attack as well, throwing it away like that. Not good enough. Rodgers is Prem proven, though. I know, but Barcola's Champions League proven. Barcola has been one of PSG's most important players. He was Ligue 1 top goal scorer for him last season. Still young, just played at the World Cup. And... he's in fact, he's played more times for PSG than any other player over the last 2 seasons. Hoyland's Champions League proven. No, he's not. No, he's not. Not in the same way as Barcola, who's won it back-to-back. Do you keep up with La Liga? I do, mate. Yeah, we watched a fair bit of La Liga last season. I'm looking forward to watching a fair bit of it this season as well. I might be covering Espanyol v Real Madrid on the opening day of the Premier League weekend as well. So yeah, I'd love to do some La Liga. Strike. Oh, edge of the box. Big chance for Wrexham. It's offside. Yeah, I think 110 million's about right. 110 million is about right for Barcola. Dara says, Key, what about Colby Donovan joining Liverpool from Celtic? He's only 19. I know we can't get into the Celtic lineup. We've done that before. We went and signed Calvin Ramsey from Aberdeen as well. That's similar to Colby Donovan. As good as he is, I like him, but it's the same sort of signing. We need better. Liverpool need better. I think they'd much rather let Colby Donovan rather him stay at Celtic and get regular minutes, but he can't even get in the Celtic side at the minute. Opinions on this mental Alvarez and Barca saga? Well, it's waiting maybe for Arsenal to come in. You have to wonder whether or not if Vinicius isn't going, then maybe Alvarez is the replacement. Jackie, who do you reckon does the best out of the 3 promoted teams? What do we think, people? Who does the best out of the 3 promoted teams to the Premier League? Would it be Sergei Yakirovic's Hull? Would it be Frankie Lampard's Coventry? Or might it be Gary O'Neill's Ipswich? How's it going, Joe? Good to see you, mate. Scouse, Trent return. Can we have a convo, please? I wonder how much. It'd cost to get Trent back from Real Madrid now. Sarah says Coventry. Isaac says Coventry as well. 3 stars says, what about Liverpool trying to gazump Forest for Diamand? Is that true? No, can't believe that. Can't believe that. Connor, I see Ipswich and Hull going straight back down, possibly. I think all 3 of them will. If I'm dead honest, I don't really see any of them staying up. It felt like last season there was maybe an obvious one. My dark horse to go down this season is Fulham. I got West Ham right last season. I didn't see Wolves coming, I'll be honest. I predicted last season that it would be West Ham, Burnley, and who else did I say would go down? Leeds. West Ham, Burnley, and Leeds, I said would go down. And yeah, obviously Leeds showed me up, and I didn't have Wolves anywhere near it. But this year, my dark horse to go down is Fulham. Yeah, I think Fulham are one to watch. I just feel like Alvaro Arbeloa was one of them managers who gets sacked after about 3 months. Not many wins. Fulham are signing only players from his agency as well, which is mad. It reeks of we're not signing players who are right for us, who are the right profile for the club. We're signing players who we can get, who are good fits for your agency because they're going to make a lot of money. Yeah, don't know. And that's always the big danger, isn't it? Because that's what agents are there for. Agents will do that. They'll say, hey, what about this player? What about this player? What about this player? It'd be a dead easy deal to do. And then often those are the deals that get done when clubs haven't got anyone else to go for, when they've not got the difficult deals done that they've looked and tried to get done. They go and get the easy ones done. And it looks to me at this moment in time like Fulham are sometimes choosing the easier path. Gonzalo Garcia is a good signing, but not sure about a few of the other lads they've picked up. Kusi Asari, Palacios. Remains to be seen. Mr. Al-Shamari, I was watching the Bundesliga 2 opening match and the atmosphere was second to none. The Prem can't touch him. Why can't we have that over here, Key? Because we want the best players. That's what it is. I mean, I don't think you can have both. You can either have the best league in the world and tickets are like gold dust and atmospheres are rapidly disintegrating. Atmospheres are nowhere near what they used to be at Premier League football grounds. Much, much more entertaining going watching teams in Europe, Germany, Spain, France. Much, much better atmospheres. But that's because tickets are accessible and it's local fans who are going. Whereas if you go to a Premier League, the average Premier League game, certainly at the top end of the table, you've got like 80% foreign fans in the stadium a lot of the time. And, there's no knock on foreign fans, but they're less likely to sing. They're a lot less likely to sing, I would argue. They're a very important part of a club, but you've got to have a nice split. Clubs have got to work on the ratio of foreign fans who want to come over, visit the club, empty the club shop kind of thing, experience the occasion and then go home, and your actual match-going fans who go week in, week out, and there's not really enough of that. They don't make the club enough money, do they? The guy who lives around the corner from Anfield or Old Trafford, who takes a flask of tea with him and some sandwiches in his pocket is not the guy they want. They want the guy who empties the club shop, goes in, buys all the food, and then comes home. That's the guy they want. Takes loads of pictures, puts them all over social media. That's the dudes they want. Shahid, did you see Victor Munoz first training session at Liverpool? He looks very good. I mean, I watched him last year for Osasuna. Yeah, he's a good player. Very good player. Daraki, what do you think about Sasha Bowie to Liverpool? No. No, not for me. Tolga's going Wrexham tonight. Kim Hellberg's not happy, shaking his head on the touchline. 38 minutes in, game's gone a little bit more sloppy in the last 10 minutes, I would say. Catherine Key, who goes down? We've just said that. Yeah, Coventry, Hull and Ipswich for me. I can't see anyone else going down, really. Fulham at a push. Oh, big chance for Wrexham here. Drives forward. Hit it. This time must be. Oh, you donuts. That was a massive chance. Huge chance for Sam Smith and a big save from Sol Bryn. Well done. Great save from the keeper. Jelly, bottom half teams are already looking at survival. It's a death match in a way. Isaac, if we went and got El Canoes for our number 10 role, would you rate it, Key? He's alright. I guess when you say would I rate it, he's a decent player, but it's one of them. It's not going to move Newcastle any further up the table, really. Newcastle are going to finish where they're going to finish this season, probably around about 10th to 14th. I don't really see him finishing any higher. Oh, big strike from Wrexham, edge of the box again. Good effort that from Ollie Rathbone, left-footed. Just dragged it a little bit too far wide of Sol Bryn's left-hand post. Good strike there. Keeper was worried for a minute. Ethan City are signing 34-year-old Rulli, goalkeeper from Marseille. Mark says, Key, so you don't think Lampard will keep Coventry up then? No, sadly not. I think obviously they've signed Rushworth, who's come in. That's not a bad signing for him. But again, how adaptable will that be? Will he be to the Premier League? Urenki is a good signing. Or Urenchi, I think, is, as I was told, his name is pronounced. Caleb Urenchi. He's a decent signing, but I just don't think they've got the goals in the team, if I'm dead honest. Boro, drive forward, good ball, LANKSHEAR header, just over the crossbar. I think he might have been offside as well, to be honest, LANKSHEAR there. Manu, what games you doing tomorrow? Might tune in. Just QPR versus Millwall tomorrow, mate. Yeah. Another Carabao Cup game. Ooh, unlucky again. Better, and that's going to be a foul and a free kick to Boro. Cheers, Noah. Dylan, who cares? This is only a friendly. This isn't a friendly, it's a Carabao Cup game. Yeah, it's no friendly. Definitely not. Yes, Rubes. Long ball up the touchline. Good touch from Sam Smith. Great run, but excellent defending from Ayling. Fantastic defending. And Solbrin boots it up the pitch. That's much better from Boro defensively. They've been a little bit open at times, to be honest. We gave Kim Hellberg maybe a bit too much credit for being defensively organised last season, but they've not been the most organised this first half. And it's a yellow card, I think, for Lancashire, brought down by... Who was it? Is it by Halter? Who was it? Not by Halter, sorry. Is it... It's O'Brien. Sorry, O'Brien. Rubes, why is the Carabao Cup starting early? It always does, mate. Yeah, it always does. It's been on for ages. It's always started at this time of the season, to be honest. Manu, do you think Wolves or West Ham will break the Championship point record? I think West Ham have got a good chance of it, yeah. Got a great chance of it. Here's Malander. Kim Hellberg has always said, by the way, he references staccato in his playing style. Staccato, the Italian music style, slow build, and then a sudden acceleration. That's what he's always sort of classified his playing style as. High pressing, counter pressing, or what was it called? Possession with teeth. Possession with teeth. He also won his first 4 competitive games at Boro, by the way, Kim Hellberg, which is a club record, or an equalled club record from Brian Robson back in 1994. Absolutely thrashed Southampton 4-0 in Boro's first game of 2026 as well. Another claim for a penalty. Morgan Whittaker's not having it at all. He's not had much joy down that right-hand side tonight, Morgan Whittaker. One of the youngest bosses in the Football League. Kim Hellberg at 38. How's it going, Daz? Big up Key. If it's a draw, is it straight to pens? It is straight to pens, mate. It's no extra time. Straight to penalties. How's it going, Mauricio? Love that, mate. Good to see you from Lima. Take it easy, George. See you soon, mate. Isaac, do you think Eisler will do well from the training clips? I'm very excited. I think Eisler has got his work cut out for him. I think he'll still be Newcastle manager by the end of the season, but I think the best you can hope for really is a good old cup run. I don't think you're not gonna trouble Europe. Cheers, Arsenal. Cheers for that, Chesney. Thanks, man. Ethan, fun fact, Rulli played for City 10 years ago, went on loan, never played a game, then got sold. He did, and now he's back, isn't he, as a 34-year-old backup goalkeeper. Daz, what's your 11 for Sunday, Key? Maybe I'd like to see Munoz play. I don't know if we're getting to the point in pre-season now where you want to see teams complete 90 minutes, maybe. Mauricio, half-time. It is half-time, and I've got a half-time quiz for you. Half-time quiz. If you want to join the half-time quiz, stick around. Here it is. I'm just going to put it up on the screen. Half-time quiz is as follows. $37. I told you it was a good one. 37 non-British managers. 37 non-British managers have managed more than one Premier League club. Can you name them? 37. Come on, rattle them off while it's half-time. 37 non-British managers who have managed more than one Premier League club. Klopp has not managed more than one Premier League club, Dara. Mourinho is right, though, Jelly. Yes, Mourinho is right. Obviously managed Spurs, Chelsea, Man United. Jose Mourinho is correct. Martin Jol, Ben. Yes, Martin Jol managed Fulham and Spurs. Mad that you started with him. Roberto Martinez is correct as well. Yep, Roberto Martinez. Where is he? Where is Martinez? Where is Martinez? I wrote him down. I don't know where he is. The next page. Oh, he's there. Yeah. Roberto Martinez, Wigan and Everton. Correct. Benitez is correct as well. Yeah. Liverpool, Chelsea, Newcastle, Everton. Regrettably. Todd Brady, Pellegrini. Yes, Pellegrini, West Ham and Man City. Good shout. Villas-Boas. Yeah. Andre Villas-Boas is there. Spurs and Chelsea. Who else are we missing? Slot. No, Slot hasn't managed multiple Premier League clubs. Maybe he will in time. Avram Grant is right, though. Yep, Avram Grant. He managed Portsmouth, Chelsea, and West Ham. Roberto De Zerbi is correct as well. Yeah, Roberto De Zerbi, Brighton, and Tottenham so far. Enzo Maresca. Yeah, we'll take Maresca, Chelsea, and Manchester City. Jose Mourinho, we've already got. Nuno Santo and Ancelotti is correct, yeah. Nuno Santo and Ancelotti, good shout, yeah. Who else are we missing? Mauricio Pochettino, good shout. Well done, Chesney. Chelsea, Southampton and Spurs. Who else? Marco Silva does, good shout, yeah. Marco Silva, Hull, Fulham and Everton. Who else? Glasner, yes, Glasner, Forest and Palace. Frank Lampard. Do you know what? Lampard would count because he's just about to manage for Coventry, but he's English, of course, so it needs to be British, non-British managers. As you can see here, 37 non-British managers that have managed more than one Premier League club. Non-British. Koeman, yes, good shout. Ronald Koeman, Everton and Southampton. Good shout, Daniel. Moyes is British, Chesney, yeah. Unai Emery is correct, yep. Unai Emery has managed Arsenal and Villa, of course. You're still missing quite a few others. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 to go. 21. You've got 16 out of 37. Come on, keep them coming. There's loads left. Gerard Houllier, good shout. Gerard Houllier, Villa and Liverpool. Yes, good shout, Ben. Martin Jol, we've got Iraola is correct. Yes, Iraola, Bournemouth and Liverpool. Santos. Who's Santos? You know about Nuno Santo. Nuno Santo we've already got. So far, the ones you've got are Glasner, Iraola, Pochettino, Pellegrini, Houllier, Avram Grant, Ancelotti, Maresca, De Zerbi, Koeman, Jol, Villas-Boas, Mourinho, Silva, Nuno Santo, Emery, Benitez and Roberto Martinez. Not Tuchel, not Emery. Ranieri's right though, Hiller. Good shout. Ranieri, Chelsea, Leicester and Fulham. And Watford as well. It's quite a lot of other... There's a couple of title winners you've not mentioned yet, by the way. Couple of title winners you've not mentioned. Although you might have mentioned one. You've definitely not mentioned the other. Not Zola, no. Zola's only managed one club. Ange Postecoglou is right. Forest and Spurs. You've got quite a few other Spurs managers as well. Hullet is right. Yes, Ruud Hullet, Chelsea and Newcastle. Good shout. Kenny Dalglish is Scottish, mate. He's British. Nuno we've already got. Sven-Goran Eriksson only managed one Premier League club, Leicester. Mancini, no, but Conte, yes. Well done, Dara. Antonio Conte, Chelsea and Spurs. Ancelotti we've already got. You're missing one other Italian. You're missing... I can give you the nationalities if we're still struggling. I think we've got a bit of time yet. Slaven Bilic, good shout. Well done, Dan. Yeah, West Brom and West Ham. Slaven Bilic is another one. Roy Hodgson is English, Jelly. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Daniel. Well done, yeah. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is right. Cardiff and Man United. Another Man United manager in there as well. Yeah, we've got Unai Emery, we've got Benitez, we've got Martinez, we've got Nuno Santo, Marco Silva, Mourinho, Villas-Boas, Solskjaer, Hullet, Yol, Coleman, Conte, De Zerbi, Maresca, Ancelotti, Ranieri, Avram Grant, Julia, Bilic, Pellegrini, Postecoglou, Pochettino, Iraola, Glasner. Lots still to go. Not Zola. No, we are talking managers who have managed more than one Premier League club. Non-British managers who have managed more than one Premier League club. Javi Gracia is right, Dan. Yes. Javi Gracia, he managed Leeds and Watford. I think he managed Watford twice, doesn't he? Sure he did. Lopetegui, another one. Yeah, Wolves and West Ham. Good shout, Dara. You've got another Dutchman. You've got one Dutchman, you've got one Portuguese, you've got one Italian, one German, one Frenchman, and one Dane. That should give you the clue. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Irishmen. Yeah, Thomas Frank is correct. Brentford and Spurs. Thomas Frank is right. Ronald Koeman, you've already got. There's another Dutchman you're missing. One more Dutchman you're missing. One more Portuguese. One Italian. One German. One Frenchman. And 5 Irishmen. Not Ralph Rangnick. No, he is Austrian. But he's not managed more than one Premier League club. Thomas Frank, we've already got. There's a Frenchman, not Dominic Matteo. Di Matteo, yes. Roberto Di Matteo, Chelsea and West Brom. Good shout, City of Northville. A Portuguese manager, Portuguese manager who did manage in the Prem last season, by the way. A German who managed in the Prem last season. Yeah, a German who managed in the Prem. Not O'Neill, no, Jelly, no, not Martin O'Neill. Martin O'Neill, Northern Irish, British, not included. Has managed multiple clubs, though. Not Roy Keane, no, not Roy Keane. He only ever managed Sunderland in the Premier League, didn't he, Roy Keane? Didn't get another chance with anyone else. I'm sure didn't he manage Ipswich as well, Roy Keane, in the Championship? I think he only ever actually managed Sunderland in the Premier League. Yeah. Yeah, he managed Ipswich 2009 to 2011. Yeah, they never actually got into the Premier League. Conte we've got. We're still waiting on another few more. Horton and Poole. Yes, Claude Puel is right. And, not Houghton, sorry. Houghton. Chris Houghton, Norwich and Brighton. Claude Puel is correct. Southampton and Leicester. Not Poyet. No, not Poyet. Good to see you, Julie. I'm very good. How are you? Rude Hullet we've already got. Yeah. McCarthy is correct. Yeah. Mick McCarthy, Sunderland and Wolves. Not Di Canio, but yes, Kinnear is there. Joe Kinnear, Newcastle and Wimbledon. O'Leary, yes, David O'Leary, Aston Villa and that famous Leeds side as well. You've got one more Irishman, one more Portuguese, one more Dutchman and a German left to get. A German who managed in the Premier League last season and will manage in it again this season. A German. And then we'll run back through them again towards the end. Danny Farker, that's the one, yeah. Danny Farker managed Leeds last season and this season as well. And Norwich he previously managed as well. Not Martin O'Neill, Ben. No, he's Northern Irish. So British, technically, him. One more Dutchman to get. One more Dutchman. I'll give you the ones you've got. We need a Dutchman, a Portuguese, and an Irishman who have managed more than one Premier League club. A Dutchman, a Portuguese, and an Irishman. I'll give you the ones we have. So far we've got, these are managers, non-British managers who have managed more than one Premier League club. Oliver Glasner, Andoni Iraola, Pochettino, Postecoglou, Pellegrini, Slaven Bilic, Thomas Frank, Gerard Houllier, Claude Puel, Danny Farker, Avram Grant, Ranieri, Ancelotti, Maresca, De Zerbi, Conte, Di Matteo, Koeman, Yol, Hullet, Solskjaer, Villas-Boas, Mourinho, Marco Silva, Nuno Santo, David O'Leary, Chris Houghton, Joe Kinnear, Mick McCarthy, Unai Emery, Rafa Benitez, Roberto Martinez, Javi Gracia, and Julian Lopetegui. There are 3 more names left to get. One is Portuguese, one is Irish, and one is Dutch. Not Villas-Boas. You've already got Villas-Boas. You've already got Marco Silva. Not Vialli. I'll tell you the managers I'll tell you the clubs who they managed. Here we go. Here's the clubs they've managed, right? So, the Dutchman has managed Leicester and Manchester United. That should give the game away. The Dutchman has managed Leicester and Manchester United. The Portuguese has managed Forest and Wolves. That should give the game away. And the Irishman has managed Bolton and Burnley. If that doesn't give the game away, I don't want to know what will. Yeah, Ruud van Nistelrooy, well done, Jelly. Yeah, Ruud van Nistelrooy, Man United and Leicester is the Dutchman. The Portuguese is Vitor Pereira, well done, yeah, Wolves and Forest. And the Irishman, I always thought he was Scottish for some reason, but no, apparently he is indeed Irish. Bolton and Burnley he managed back in the day. Owen Coyle. Owen Coyle. Very, very good manager he was as well, Owen Coyle. I always liked him. I think, did he get Burnley into Europe, him? Can't remember if he ever got Burnley into Europe. Maybe I'm misremembering it. Anyway, there you go. There's 37 managers. 37 who have managed multiple teams who are non-British. They aren't British, and they have managed multiple Premier League teams. Only 37, would you believe? So Oliver Glasner is one. Nottingham Forest and Crystal Palace. Andoni Iraola, Bournemouth and Liverpool. Mauricio Pochettino, Chelsea, Southampton, Spurs. Ange Postecoglou, Forest and Spurs. Pellegrini, Manuel Pellegrini, Premier League winner with Manchester City, of course, went on to manage West Ham. And beat Arsenal the other day as manager of Real Betis, of course, as well. We like Manuel Pellegrini. Slaven Bilic, former Everton defender now. I don't know where he manages now, but he has managed West Brom and West Ham. Thomas Frank, unemployed at the minute, but very, very on the market. I think he will be picked up by a Premier League team this season. Previously managed Brentford and Spurs. Gerard Houllier, God rest his soul, love him to bits. Liverpool and Villa manager. Claude Puel, Southampton and Leicester. Danny Farker, Leeds and Norwich. Avram Grant, who was very nearly a title winner at Chelsea, wasn't he? I'm sure Chelsea lost out on goal difference to Man United when he was manager. Portsmouth, Chelsea and West Ham. Claudio Ranieri, who did win the title with Leicester. He also managed Chelsea, Fulham and Watford. Ancelotti, Chelsea and Everton. Maresca, Chelsea and City. De Zerbi, Brighton and Tottenham. Conte, Chelsea and Spurs. Ronald Koeman, Everton and Saints. Martin Jol, Fulham and Spurs. Van Nistelrooy, Man United and Leicester. Hullet, Chelsea and Newcastle. Solskjaer, Cardiff and Man United. Villas Boas, Spurs and Chelsea. Mourinho, Spurs, Chelsea and United. Marco Silva, Hull, Fulham and Everton. Nuno Santo, Wolves, Spurs and Forest. Vitor Pereira, Wolves and Forest. And then we've got 5 Irishmen. David O'Leary, Villa and Leeds. Chris Hughton, Norwich and Brighton. Owen Coyle, Bolton and Burnley. Joe Kinnear, Newcastle and Wimbledon. Mick McCarthy, Sunderland and Wolves. And then we're on to the Spaniards. Unai Emery, Arsenal and Villa. Rafa Benitez, Liverpool, Chelsea, Newcastle and Everton. Roberto Martinez, Wigan and Everton. Javi Gracia, Leeds and Watford. And Julen Lopetegui, who managed Qatar at the World Cup. Previously managed Wolves and West Ham. There you go. There you go. Good stuff, that. Thanks everyone who participated. If you enjoyed that, do us a favour. Hit like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Magnus Roder, what are you watching? We are watching Middlesbrough and Wrexham. Middlesbrough and Wrexham. Carabao Cup. Let me change the headline there. Bro, can't wait for the Prem to start. I know, mate. We all are. We're looking forward to it. Should be good. I'll be on every single day. Oh, Wrexham driving forward. This is a great run. Big opportunity for Sam Smith. Can't even work the keeper. He's had a bad night, Sam Smith. He's already missed a couple of big chances. That's another one. Yeah, should have done better. Have to agree. Mr. Al-Shamari, what about Brendan Rodgers? Yeah, he's British. He's Northern Irish, isn't he, Brendan Rodgers? What are your table predictions for this season? I think Arsenal, City, Chelsea, maybe Liverpool, United you can flip a coin on. But that's my top 5. I think Villa and Spurs will come in 6th and 7th. I think the 3 that came up will go down. Coventry, Ipswich and Hull. Fulham is a dark horse for that. Keep an eye out for Fulham. They could be maybe dragged into it. Because I think they'll change the manager. Everton too, actually. I think Moyes will go. Moyes will go and Arbeloa will go before the end of the season. Arbeloa and Moyes are my 2 kind of might be the first manager sacked. Magnus, United 2nd place. Mark my words. No, United, mate. United will struggle with the extra games. Yeah, United will really struggle with the extra games. I think they're still a good side, United, but I just think with the extra games you can't underplay that. And they've not really done anything in the transfer market that makes me really sit up and take notice with United. 3-star, does this go straight to Penske? It does, mate, yes. If it finishes level, it will be a penalty shootout immediately at full time. Immediately at full time. This charming Dan, well done on the great quiz, Key. Must have took some research and a bit surprised there was only 37. To be honest, I thought that as well, but you'd be surprised how many of the managers we've had in the Premier League are Scottish, English, or Northern Irish or Welsh. There's the vast majority of them. I think they will if they get a left back and Mount keeps uninjured. I mean, for sure, I think Mount is going to be their 4th choice centre mid. I don't see them being able to accommodate. They're not going to go and sign another centre mid. They're not going to sign one. They've obviously inquired about Lewis Hall, so Newcastle have rebuffed that. So I just wonder what they're going to do in terms of maybe go and getting a left back. That might be interesting for United. There are a lot of very, very decent left backs around Europe. When's La Liga start again, Keith? It's already started, mate. Yeah, it's already on. La Liga is was the weekend just gone. Cheers, Shahid. Thank you very much. Key, what's the plan for the weekend, fella? So I've got QPR versus QPR versus Millwall tomorrow, 2 p.m. I don't know yet, I might do Southampton against Colchester at 5:30. Not sure about that yet. But I'm definitely going to do QPR Millwall, and then on Sunday, Liverpool against Monaco. Yeah, Liverpool Monaco on Sunday. Not Daniel, La Liga already started. Oh no, sorry, next weekend, isn't it, La Liga? I saw the line that maybe I was watching. It must have been a pre-season game, or maybe like an early round of the Copa del Rey. I've no idea, but there was La Liga games or Spanish teams playing each other the other day, and I don't think it was a friendly. But yeah, I think the Spanish league proper starts next week, as in the week before the Premier League starts. It starts before the Premier League anyway. Reece, Wolves will win the championship, I reckon. See, I think it's West Ham. Reece, Barca offering 34 mil for Rodri is robbery. See, do you know what? For how good he is, I'd love to just say to City, Christ, Liverpool could do with him. We'll pay you 50 for him. Daz, what are you doing Monday, Key? Monday night, I have Plymouth versus Exeter. The Cornish derby, again in the Carabao Cup. So it's Carabao Cup weekend this weekend. Middlesbrough, Wrexham tonight. It's QPR Millwall tomorrow and Plymouth versus Exeter on Monday. Magnus, Middlesbrough, Wrexham is a good game then. I mean, it's not been a great game. It's still 0-0, 51 minutes in. Wrexham have had... I mean, both teams have had chances. I think, Malanda is probably the big chance in the game. He should have put Boro in front in the first half. Sam Smith's missed a couple of sitters, I would say. Couple of chances that you would expect him to do better. Pompey West Ham tomorrow as well, yeah. And Derby versus Lincoln. Go on the Imps. Go on the Imps. I shouldn't say that. I've got family in Derby. But yeah. Come on the Imps. I used to work with Lincoln. Up the Rams. Yes, Caitlin. Nothing wrong with Derby. Derby could sneak into the playoffs this season. They were unlucky last year. It's going to go behind, is it? Yeah, corner kick, Boro. Stephen Morton, Walsall had a good win v Bristol City. They did, yeah. It was a good result for them last night, wasn't it? Swung over to the far side. Good claim from Danny Ward. And a lovely throw out as well. Wrexham push forward, but very, very well defended. That from Sarmiento, who goes all the way back. That's exactly what you want from your winger. Really good football from Sarmiento. Driving forward. This is a great run. Plays it off to Whittaker on the right-hand side. Got to get the ball right here. Britton nearly pulled it back. Sarmiento was waiting there. That would have been a great goal from Boro's perspective. Fabulous play from Sarmiento. Agent Sando helping us get Bobby Clark and Sammy Smodics. Yeah, Sammy Smodics. Been a brilliant signing, that. Always does well in the Championship. Morgan Whittaker with a strike. Quite comfortably wide, that one. Danny Ward watched it all the way. Very comfortable. How's the family, Key? Very good, mate. How's yours, more importantly? Yeah, no, it's all good. It's all good. They are, they're back from holiday. Feels like every bugger's on holiday, been on holiday this year. Every bugger's been on holiday this year, except for me. Desperate for a holiday. Need a bit of sun on me bones. Maybe it's next year. Maybe I'll get a holiday next year. Oh, what a ball that is. Wrexham are in. This is a big chance. If he can round the keeper, that's got to be a penalty, ref. It's got to be. Has he dove? Has he give a free kick? What's he give a free kick for? What's he give a free kick for? For diving. Oh, that's a bad one. See, Sam Smith's not even complaining. I think he's saying that he fell over. I don't even think he's saying he dove. What a... That, honestly, Doyle has been player of the match. Yeah, he falls. It's not a dive, that. It's not a dive. He falls there. It's not a dive. He didn't need booking for that. It's a poor decision, that, from the referee to book him. I don't think that was a dive at all from Sam Smith. Daz Reynolds, when's the next round draw, Key? The next round... Do you know what? I don't know. I would imagine after the weekend, because there's still games going on until Monday night, so maybe it'll be after Plymouth and Exeter on Monday night, maybe. Takeaway tonight, mate. Have you already had tea? I definitely won't be getting a takeaway. In terms of have I already had tea, what have I had today? What have I had today? I didn't have anything for breakfast. Oh, I went to meet my mates. We went to a couple of lads who I used to work with, and they said they were, one of them just recently had a baby, and do you want to come out and wet the baby's head kind of thing? We'll go and have a drink and catch up. I've not seen them for a good few months, so I thought I'd go and meet up with them, and we went into town and went and got some, there was like it's like a little Greek restaurant. It's nothing like, it's not posh or anything, it's like Greek street food kind of thing, and it serves beer. Now I'm not really a big drinker, to be honest. I just had whatever they had this like lemon drink. They said it was like a Greek Fanta lemon. So I thought, hey, go on, I'll try that. So I had that, and I had a chicken gyros. Chicken gyros with a little bit of rice and Greek salad. Beautiful. A little bit of halloumi on it as well. So yeah, I had Greek for dinner. 15 quid as well, and I left loads of it. It was massive. Absolutely massive it came. So yeah, I had a little bit of Greek today for dinner. That was about 1 o'clock-ish. And then... I don't think I've eaten it. Have I eaten it? Oh, I tell a lie. When I came back before, the wife was making her famous chicken chorizo and rice. It's just chicken, chorizo, little bit of paprika, a little bit of cayenne pepper, little bit of garlic powder, garlic granules, whatever. A few chopped onions. Put it in a pan, loads of rice. A little bit of cream, maybe a little bit of parmesan, and then yeah, just let it bubble up, and it's beautiful. So yeah, we had she had that. I didn't have any of it, and then she was like, yeah, basically this is what all husbands do. That if you're a husband, you basically become the bin. So I wasn't eating because I was like, nah, I'm going live in like an hour and a half, so I'm fine. And then she went like that and just handed the plate over to me. She went, oh, I'm full. There you go. I was like, go on then. Go on then, I'll have a little... There was only about a mouthful left of it. So that's kind of been tea, I guess. Key, so predictable, chicken and rice. I mean, I had a chicken gyros earlier today. I'd quite like some beef. I really want some steak, or I don't know, I feel like I'm going mad. I want some red meat. This charming Dan says Doyle looks great. He'll definitely be a Premier League player in a couple of years. You could see it in him even when we had him on loan in League One when he was about 17. Yeah, quality player. Really like watching him. Gyros clears kebab. Yeah, I agree. Why you hate Arsenal so much? Why do you think I hate Arsenal? That's the more important question here. Why do you think I hate them? Bloody ribeye, that's what you need. Never a fan of ribeye. No, I much prefer a fillet or a sirloin. I don't know why. So why? Yeah, but you've come in and asked it. You've said you don't know why. You're telling me why? Why are you under the impression that I hate Arsenal? Why are you under that impression? You've come in and asked that question. Why are you under the impression that I hate them? Mo Files just missed a penalty for Port Vale against Wolves. Magnus, all the London teams play dirty and nasty. Do you think that? I don't necessarily agree with that. That's not. I don't. Yeah, I don't hate Arsenal, but it's funny when people come in and think that I do. Here's Sarmiento. Oh, bit much on it maybe. Headed back, big chance, good strike. What a goal that is. Oh, that's a fabulous finish. And it's Will LANKSHEAR, the new signing. There he is. What a goal that is. What a goal. Absolutely brilliant. Boro in front. That's a really, really good goal. Top quality from Sarmiento. Hangs it up to the back stick. Little header back. Who is it who heads it back? Is it Ayling? And then Will LANKSHEAR with an overhead kick almost. Falling overhead kick. Knocks it into the corner. That's some goal. Brilliant finish from Will LANKSHEAR. And he's already starting to repay that money back. Yeah, lovely little header back. Will LANKSHEAR peels off into space. It's a great finish. Sam, I mean, I always saw your reactions of Arsenal when they play. Yeah, but that doesn't mean I hate them, does it? Saying that I don't want Arsenal to win doesn't mean I hate them. I just don't want Arsenal to win the league. But we've got a goal, at last. At last we have a goal. Shite defending, says Not Daniel. It's a great goal, though. It really is, isn't it? Very good finish. Long ball forward, and now Wrexham up the other end. Wrexham coming back into it. Pulls the ball back. Good run. Gives it away too cheaply there. Far too cheaply. There is something there, I don't know, but there is. Nah, there's not, mate. There really isn't. There really isn't. I haven't got any issue with Arsenal. You just play really boring football. And I think you admit that. Surely you'd admit that, wouldn't you? Would you prefer Arsenal or United to win the league? Oh, Arsenal. Believe me, if it was Arsenal and United in a title race, I'd be cheering Arsenal on. No doubt about that. I'd love Arsenal to win the league. Over Man United. This charming down. What a finish from LANKSHEAR. He's exactly the kind of player Boro were missing last season. The last season, yeah, I would absolutely agree. Well, there you go then. That's all it is. That's all it is. I'm a football purist, mate. I like watching football and I like watching good teams play good football. And Arsenal are a very good team with good players, but their manager hamstrings them. Absolutely hamstrings them. You play garbage football, terrible to watch. And yeah, you've spent £1 billion, more than the vast majority of the Premier League. And I feel like you should be playing better football. So I don't enjoy it, and I'd much rather see a City or even a Chelsea, any team that really kind of commits teams and takes risks and takes chances. That's why I'd rather anyone other than Arsenal usually win it. But if it was push come to shove, if it was Arsenal or United, I'm cheering Arsenal every day of the week. Every day of the week. Jelly, do you play pub sports games like darts or pool key? I'm a cracking pool player. Cracking pool player. I've got my own pool cue and everything. Yeah, good pool player, decent snooker player. But darts, maybe not so much. Evening, Kieran. How's it going? 3-star. Get in there, Mr. Marinakis, and turn the lad's head. He's just signed for them. They'll get over it if we go in with an offer. I disagree, Sam. I've never seen Arsenal play attractive attacking football under Mikel Arteta. Ever. I think he's that kind of manager. To each their own, though, obviously. Great finish, wasn't it, Terry? Yeah, fantastic finish. Last 30 minutes or so here, Wrexham really need to kick on. Ayling's just gone through to O'Brien there. They've really got a kick on here, Wrexham. Free kick about 25 yards out, just left of centre. And might well be Doyle, actually. Might well be Doyle who's over this. Yeah, Doyle and Nathan Broadhead over it. That Ian Hart? Is that Ian Hart in the stands? What's Ian Hart doing there? Look at that. The first season where they were title contending, they were good. Arsenal and Tottenham have some dirty players. Right, change for Wrexham. Longman has come on. Longman has come on for... Oh, and it was bloody Broadhead there. Broadhead smashes it over the bar. Poor that. Rocket Ronnie, yeah. The Moscone Cup as well. Yeah, it was Ryan Longman for Danny Imre, the new signing. He's not been at his best tonight for Wrexham. Big signing coming in from Palace. Not at his best. Took off after 65 minutes. Stephen Curran, what do you think of Liverpool's transfers? So far, I think they've been good, yeah. I think Jackie's a really good signing. Munoz, I'm really looking forward to seeing. I think he'll surprise a few people. So yeah, both very good signings for Liverpool. The amount of ball he gives us. Yes, love that. Morgan Whittaker strike. Oh, deflected. It's going to be a corner kick on the far side. Wrexham to make the third round and beat United for real. Please, please, we all hope for it. We're all hoping for it. Okay, 2 changes for Boro about to come on. And it's going to be Arston coming off as well as Sarmiento. 2 changes down that left-hand side for Boro. And I think it's going to be... Who is it coming on? Arston and Sarmiento off. And Joseph and Edmondson. There you go. George Edmondson will just slot in at left back there. And Kyle Joseph, former Hull winger, comes on and he's going to make his Boro debut off the bench. Kyle Joseph. When is the Moscone Cup, Key? Do you know what? I don't know when is the Moscone Cup. Let's have a look. It's always on Sky. Moscone Cup 2026 is November. There you go. November 27th. At the Caribbean Royal Resort in Orlando, Florida, the annual 9-ball pool tournament. A fierce 4-day transatlantic showdown between Team Europe and Team USA. Can't beat the Moscone Cup. Great to watch. What's your next season Premier League prediction? Arsenal, City, Chelsea, Liverpool or United, fourth and fifth. Could flip a coin between those last 2. But yeah, they would be my top 3. Arsenal, City, Chelsea. What do you think of United signing? United, I think Andre Santos will be better than I and maybe many others gave him credit for initially. He has impressed me. I think Andre Santos will be a decent signing. Don't think he's not going to be a worldie that really helps him kick on, but I think he'll be good value. Tielemans, questionable. Very good player, but just 21 games last season. Injury's a real problem for him. Real problem. Sam, why not Liverpool top 3? Liverpool aren't going to be in the top 3. We're miles off it. We're absolutely miles off it. But a strike. Oh, just over the bar again. Lankshear's got to do better there. Yeah, Liverpool are miles off it. We've got about 3 or 4 players we need to sign to be, I think, even just to realistically confirm our place in the top 4, to be honest. This charming Dan, I don't hate that Boro kit, but it's giving off very Man United vibes. Do you think? I think if anything, it's giving more Liverpool vibes. Red with kind of a gold collar. I think it's more Liverpool than it is United. I'm sorry, but whoever designed that Boro kit needs sacking. I see. I don't think it's that bad. Good ball forward. This Sam Smith. What a strike! Unlucky. Oh, again. It's not been his night tonight. Here's Malander back to the centre half and Boro rebuild again. Oh, that's a great ball. Chance here if you can get it right. Boro. I really want a penalty shootout now. I'm rooting for Wrexham to get an equaliser. Sam, who do you feel would be a great signing for Liverpool beside Barcola? We need a right back. We desperately need a right back. I mean, I think there's a fair few decent right backs maybe Liverpool could go and have a look at. Javairo Reid is maybe one. Someone like him, maybe even Geertruida, who we looked at last season. Both of those would make sense. We could probably do with a centre-back. I've said for a while I like Santi Bueno at Wolves. It only needs to be someone who's experienced. He's got 4 years experience in the Prem. Wolves Player of the Year last year. Captain. Go and get him. He makes so much sense for Liverpool. Santi Bueno, he can be a 4th choice centre-back. He's not going to kick up any fuss. He would be perfect. He would be absolutely perfect for us. He's always fit. And yeah, he's 28. He's not, he's not ancient. He's always fit. He's good. He's experienced and he knows what the Premier League's about. So I like him. He'd be a good option for us. We've not seen any links to it, but he would be a good option. I don't know why teams aren't going for Santi Bueno. Wolves fans are shitting themselves, wondering whether or not someone's going to come in and get him. But I think he would be one to watch. Who else do we need? I mean, ideally, we'd go and get a left back as well. But again, if we've got Kirkes there, I don't think there's too many young left backs that would be interested in coming to Liverpool because they're not going to get a kick. So Tsimikas might well be the best we can do. Oh, good football. Yeah, there's more pressing positions. We probably need a centre mid as well. Centre mid's the big priority for us. There's quite a few centre mids we could go and have a look at. Keys Smith, I've been banging the drum about Keys Smith for a while. Don't know. Maybe Mokio as well. Mokio's from Ajax. He's probably someone because he can fill in at centre back as well. Three-star, got my acron for the season. Forest top half finish. Stockport top 6 finish. Shankland top Premier League SPL goals. Shankland top SPL goal scorer after what you've seen this early part of the season. That's very brave. Very brave. Stephen Curran, but I'm a United fan and I'll say Liverpool signings are good so far, but you can't say anything about United. What do you mean I can't say anything about United? Of course I can. Why can't I say anything about United? Sam, 145 million is too much for Barcola. Nah, I don't think it is. I think if you're going to pay the best, if you're going to go and get the best left winger in Europe, he's probably the best left winger we can get in Europe. 145 million is about right. Stephen Curran, any good about United? I said good about United. I said Andre Santos will be a good signing for him. But they've not really signed anyone else, have they? Andre Santos and Tielemans. Again, Tielemans is good. He's just injury prone. If he's available, he's a good option for you. If other than that, there's not really been a huge push for United, right, in terms of new signings. Bruno G is the best signing of the whole window for me. Nah, you know how I feel about it, Reese. I still think it'll cost you Lewis Skelly. I think Lewis Skelly's going to go. There's no way you sign Bruno Guimaraes and you've got Bruno, Rice, Zubamendi, Marino, and Lewis Skelly in that midfield area. It's too compact, far too congested, and he's got Hincapié and Calafiori over him at left back. He's not going to get a kick. Honestly, he is going to be... I think he's one that'll move on. Miles Lewis Skelly. He's 100% moving on. This charming Dan think Gertrude would be a good signing for Liverpool. He can cover both right back and centre back. Can even do a job as a defensive midfielder at a push. Great utility player. Yeah, linked to United. I'm telling you, it's true. I've been saying that for a while. Lewis Skelly, he's exactly the fit for United. If they can't get Lewis Hall, and they can't, Lewis Skelly is probably their next port of call. And it would make so much sense for United to go and get Lewis Skelly. It just depends on how much money he would cost. But I think he'd be interested. Lewis Skelly would want to go and play at United because he'd start pretty much every week. Would send Arsenal fans into meltdown too. I mean, to be honest, I think they're going to go into meltdown anyway because I think they're going to lose Wanyuri as well. I think Wanyuri probably goes, and I think Lewis Skelly goes. They've got too bloated a squad. We talk about Chelsea having a bloated squad, but Arsenal have got a pretty stacked squad in terms of numbers. Martinelli's not going. No, there's been no noise about Martinelli, and isn't he injured at the minute as well, Reese? To be honest, I think Skelly will get time to play. He's not going to start though, is he? How long is it until if he's got any ambition, Miles Lewis Skelly? How old is he now? So Miles Lewis Skelly he's 90, or he's 20, right? He's 20 when the season basically kicks off, right? So he's 20, he's already played for England, he's had a taste of playing for England and playing at the top level. He sat on the bench for most of last season. Like, up until maybe that last month of the Premier League, I think he played something like, hadn't he had something like 4 starts? Wasn't it like 4 starts all season? It's a really bad time for Miles Lewis Skelly last year. He never got a kick until the final month or two. He's not going to start, but he'll get time due to so much games. I don't think that's enough for a young lad like him. If you've got ambition, Miles Lewis Skelly will want to go and he'll put it this way. He'll be looking at Nico O'Reilly, right? Nico O'Reilly went to the World Cup this year. Miles Lewis Skelly didn't. If you're Miles Lewis Skelly's dad or his agent or his family or whatever, and you're looking at him going, you're better than him, or you're at least as good as him, why has he gone to the World Cup? Well, I'll tell you why he's gone. Because he started every single game for Manchester City last season. Every single game. The manager loves him. They rate him. And that's why he went with England. And you would have gone with England, except you didn't. Why? Because you didn't get a kick. You didn't get a kick all season. He only put you in the last few games. He doesn't rate him. And I'm telling you, the fact that he's gone out and he's signed Bruno Guimaraes tells you everything. He doesn't rate him. Doesn't rate him as a centre mid. So if he doesn't rate him, that's as clear as crystal to Miles Lewis Skelly. If I was his family, if I was his agent, I'd be saying, lad, you need to move on. You need to move on. It's got to be good for your career. Gag Pro, what score? Score is Middlesbrough 1, Wrexham 0. Final maybe 15 minutes or so. Unless Wrexham can get an equaliser, then we might be going straight to penalties. Could be a penalty shootout at the end of this one. Skelly can play 6 and 8. So he can play left back and centre mid, yeah, but he ain't going to play either of them positions because Arsenal have got too many players ahead of him. If there's an opportunity next season in a big game for Lewis Skelly to start, or for anyone to start, Arteta's going to go, right, on the left, I'm going to start Calafiori first, and then I'm going to start Hincapié after him, if he's not available. If those two aren't available, then he'll go to Lewis Skelly for left back. For centre mid, he's going to start Rice and Guimaraes. If they're fit, they start. So he's always going to be on the bench if they're fit. he might get some League Cup games. He might start in the League Cup maybe alongside Zubamendi or Marino. And that can't be enough. That can't be enough for him. And if it is enough for him, then that just proves everything you want to know about the guy. He's obviously not that ambitious. But if he has ambition, he'll move on. It's a great goal. They're just showing the LANKSHEAR goal again. It was a fabulous finish. A really, really good goal from Will LANKSHEAR that time. Excellent goal. And he's just been subbed off there. Kim Hellberg taking him off. And on comes... Who? Who's the replacement? Wrexham have made some more changes. By the way, just a few minutes ago, Keeler Dunn came on for Broadhead. Cadamarteri for Rathbone. Kiefer Moore for Sam Smith. And Whiteman for Matty James. It's Cartwright who's come on for LANKSHEAR, young Finn Cartwright. Again, he's making his Middlesbrough debut. He's had a very, very decent run of games in the under-21s for Boro. But he comes on to replace LANKSHEAR. They might need, to be honest, a few more. In fact, he's still not on the pitch. Boro are down to 10 men here, aren't they? They've taken LANKSHEAR off. But Finn Cartwright's still not on the pitch yet. If Wrexham score here, Hellberg's going to be raging. Is there any news regarding Barcola? Latest news is that Liverpool have agreed terms with Barcola, but we are yet to agree a fee with PSG. But if I'm dead honest, I think the fact that PSG have signed Akliouche and they've agreed a fee with Ajax for Mika Gertz strongly suggests Liverpool have maybe already... PSG are confident that he's not going to be there after the summer. They're very confident that maybe negotiations are heading in the right way and it won't be long. Do you think you could get Skelly for 50 million or maybe more? Yeah, I think if you... I mean, what price would Miles Lewis Skelly be? In this current market, how much would Miles Lewis Skelly be? You're trying to look around for like benchmarks for other players, other people who you could maybe see. I think there's not really a comparable sort of player that you can look at and go, this is how much he cost, therefore Miles Lewis Skelly should cost this. It's not quite the same, is it? So, yeah, it's difficult, that. I don't know, how much would he be? How much would Miles Lewis Skelly be? Yeah, maybe 50 or 60. I think if Arsenal got maybe 60 million for him, that'd be a good deal all round, wouldn't it? For a player who's, he's played for England. He didn't go to the World Cup, but he's played for England. He's still so young. That's a good deal, that, for Arsenal. It's a very good deal. Do you think Liverpool will sign any defender this season? Oh, I hope so. Really hope so. Corner kick for Wrexham. Last 10 minutes at the Riverside. Maybe plus a bit of injury time. Ball whipped in, headed away. Out to the left-hand side. Wickham have been knocked out by Stevenage, by the way. Wrexham, chance! Oh, smashed into the Boro defence and out. Who's favourite for the Prem? Arsenal. Yeah, Arsenal are favourites for sure. Bucky's favourites. Everyone's favourites for the Prem for sure. Don't think there's any doubt about that, is there? Corner here. Ball whipped in. Wrexham can't quite get to it and it's going to be a foul. Are you doing Man United v Leeds on Wednesday? I'm not, mate. No, Wednesday next week we're going to be doing PSG versus Aston Villa in the Super Cup. Super Cup final. PSG v Aston Villa. Even with Saliba out. I don't think Saliba being out makes that much of a difference, does he? Do you think Saliba being out really makes a huge difference for Arsenal? I don't. I mean, it won't be ideal for them, but I think they'll be all right. Here's Wrexham. Good play through the... Oh, that's fantastic run. Excellent play. Down the right-hand side. And Keeler Dunn can't quite get to it. Good play from Neto Borges. Very good play from Wrexham to win it back. Good ball in. Boro head it away. Out for a throw-in. Wrexham continuing to press here. Time of the last shot on target. Look at that. Wrexham haven't had a shot on target since the 39th minute. Middlesbrough haven't had a shot on target since the 61st. I'm in the 84th minute. That's shocking. Not been a single shot on target in 23 minutes in this game. Not Daniel Diamand would have been great for Liverpool. Yeah, he would have been perfect in so many ways, wouldn't he? I'd have loved to see us go and get Jan Diamand. Sadly, wasn't to be. Oh, that's a yellow card. That's a yellow card. Yeah. Yellow card for Wrexham. Clips Market, be interested to see if Barcola plays in the Super Cup. I mean, even if he does, I can't see it, but even if he does, I think it doesn't really change anything, does it? I don't think he would... he's not going to be cup-tied or anything like that. Oh, but I got absolutely scythed down there. Last 5 minutes, it was Dominic Hyam who got booked. Last 5 minutes at the Riverside, plus a little bit of injury time. Gabriel Jesus' agent has met with Napoli today. Up the Boro. Yes, Finley. How's it going, mate? Good result for Boro, this. 4 minutes plus added on time at the end of the second half, sorry. If Wrexham can pinch one, we go straight to penalties. Remember, Boro got knocked out at this stage last season, 4-0 by Doncaster. Wrexham went a couple of rounds further before they got knocked out by Cardiff. Here's Boro driving forward now. Whittaker, good pass. Great turn. Whittaker. Oh, what a save, keeper. Fabulous effort, that. Great save from Danny Ward. Did it actually hit the post? I think it might have done, you know. I think it hit the post there, Boro. It's not even going to count as a shot on target. Does it crash off the post? You bet it. Straight out wide for a goal kick. Good effort, that, from Whittaker. Mr. Al-Shamari, how many games are you doing tomorrow, Key? Well, I might be doing 2, possibly. Possibly. I don't know yet. I'm definitely going to be doing QPR Millwall. I'm not sure about Colchester Southampton yet. QPR Millwall's at 2 o'clock. Colchester Southampton's at 5:30. So I might do that. I don't know. I don't know yet. How much do you rate Frimpong? I like him, yeah. I don't mind him. I just don't think he's a natural right back necessarily for what we need. I think we need a more orthodox, tall right back. But then again, I don't know. Maybe he'll thrive under Iraola's system. Guess it remains to be seen. It took Bournemouth usually a lot longer to get going in seasons. So I think next year might be a difficult one for us, whoever he starts at right back. He is short, mate, but Kirkes, you got to think about Kirkes. Kirkes isn't necessarily tall, and he thrived under Andoni Iraola at Bournemouth as well. So, yeah, if we've got 2 really small, fast fullbacks who can get up and down the pitch very well, they might be okay. Lil SB Harry, Stevenage won last minute. Yeah, beat Wickham, knocked out. Good result, that, for Stevenage. Okay, last 90 seconds or so here at Boro. Wrexham have really got to throw everything at it. They've not had a shot on target in the best part of an hour. Come on, Wrexham. Dara says, Key, you watching the Celtic game before the Liverpool game? The Celtic game is at 1:30. No, mate, no. Think about it. Liverpool kicks off at 2:30, right? So Celtic game beforehand would need to be finished at, like, if it was 1:30, that'd be 2:15, 2:30, 3:15. It'd be finished while Liverpool's still playing. So can't really do both, unfortunately. Frimpong works for a 3-4-3 formation, not for a back four. He gets exposed. His defending is poor. I don't know. I think it depends if we've got an orthodox 6. If we can go and get a 6 in that makes things a little bit easier to cover across, then he can be a real asset for us. I actually think he's probably more likely to be a backup right winger for us next season. Oh, unlucky Wrexham. That was better. Yo, Braden. How's it going, Braden? Britton throws the ball in for Boro. Long throw up the touchline. Wrexham win it back. Got to get it forward quickly. They've not got time. Kiefer Moore needs to use his considerable frame to allow Wrexham an out ball. Really hold that Boro defence up. It's going to be another... How many minutes? 3. 3 added minutes, and Boro are about to make a change as well, are they? Another change to come on to kill some time, but 3 added minutes at the end of the 90. Braden, what's your favourite team? I'm a Liverpool fan, Braden. Who do you support? Long ball forward. Kiefer Moore brings it down. Good football. I just can't quite get the ball off there. And now Morgan Whittaker. That's going to be a foul every day for Boro. Harry, thoughts on Forest? I think Forest might surprise a few this season. I don't mind Forest at all. I think they might surprise a few. They'll obviously have no European football this season. I know they've lost Elliot Anderson, but they've still got money in the bank to go and spend. You would hope that Marinakis would invest a little bit more than he has. Rumours about Diamand going there, and I think Gibbs White's a really talented player. They have got quality, Forest. Wouldn't surprise me if Forest maybe an outsider for Europe or maybe even a cup this season. Depends on how... Oh, good ball down the left-hand side. Unlucky. Yeah, it depends how Glasner does, of course. Everyone's everyone likes Oliver Glasner, don't they? Well, maybe Palace fans less so, but everyone respects him and the work he does. So Forest could be an outsider for next season for a few, maybe one of the cup competitions or maybe Europe. Thoughts on Championship promotion for this season? West Ham, I think, will win it. I think Wolves will be playoffs minimum. I think Millwall. I think Millwall will, again, playoffs minimum. I don't think Burnley will. I think it's going to be West Ham and Wolves. I'll go West Ham, Wolves, and I'd say Millwall through the playoffs. You can't really write off. There's a lot of teams, you know, Boro, Wrexham, Derby had a decent season. There's quite a few who could sneak in. Shahid, you're not doing the Hearts match, Key. What Hearts match? That West Ham Stadium for the Championship is low-key funny. 30 seconds left for Wrexham. Are they even going to be able to get a shot on target here? It'd be the ultimate smash and grab if they were able to even get the ball into the opposition half. Doyle, that's got to be a handball, is it, ref? No. Keeper, final chance here for Wrexham. Danny Ward's just got to pump it long. This is going to be the last chance. They've got to get... That's a foul, ref. That is a foul. That is a foul. Oh, my God. Kiefer Moore's just been absolutely elbowed. I can't believe he's not give that. West Ham advancing to the final stages. They're about to sign Manor Solomon. Manor Solomon. Right, full time. There you go. Boro are through. And do you know what? Look at that. They're all the Wrexham players surrounding the referee. I can't really lie. That's mad to me how he doesn't give that on Kiefer Moore. Should be a free kick to Wrexham there. But hey, there you go. Full time. Middlesbrough 1, Wrexham 0. Not the best game, we've got to be honest, but it was a big result that for Boro, who went out in this competition early last year at this stage. So they've progressed, they're through. We've got another Carabao Cup game tomorrow, QPR versus Millwall. Hopefully you'll join me for that. 2 teams who might have an outside chance maybe of promotion this season to the Premier League. So we'll keep an eye on them, QPR Millwall tomorrow. That's a 2 o'clock kickoff. Hopefully you'll join me for it. I might even do Colchester Southampton at 5:30. I'm not quite sure yet. And then yeah, we'll see you all tomorrow. Hopefully you're back. If you fancy a watch along for tomorrow afternoon, I'll be here. 2 o'clock for QPR Millwall. Take it easy. Have a nice night, everyone. Enjoy your Saturday morning, lunchtime, whatever you're doing with it. Enjoy the rest of your Friday night. Take it easy. Take care. Ta-ra.